I did this entire video. I forgot to record it. So this is me doing the video a second time, and I'm really tired. And I gotta be up early in the morning for um I'm gonna be recording. I'm in the I have a casting for divorce court, like I'm in the background. Anywho. Um first off, I'm going to start off by saying I commend a lot of the other YouTubers who spend a very thorough job in giving you guys a review because there's nothing happening in this episode that much at all. So, and even the biggest part of this episode, I guess, would be Marlo kicking the door of Kenya and Kenya coming out like, look, I am going to call the police if you bang on my door. The kids are my daughter's in here, and she's asleep. What I don't understand is Marlo complained about how Kenya was over controlling of this trip and outlining all the things that they were going to be doing. And then you turn around and get upset because she goes to her room, goes to bed with to puts her daughter to bed. And I'm like, you got to make it make sense. You either don't want to be controlled or you want to be controlled and you want Kenya to be there all the time. Which one? You're upset that Kenya gets to run away and do things alone. You mean she gets to be a mom? She's upset. You're upset that she takes her daughter with her places and she has to be responsible for her child. And she doesn't want to leave her child in another state. And that she likes to bring her kids with her daughter with her places. Like, is that what you are upset about? Oh, I'm sorry. It's a thing called parenting. I'm not for Marlo. I don't like Marlo. I never liked her since before. I've never liked her, even when she started on this show as a friend of, and she was just invited to stuff. I never liked her then. I don't like her now. So Marlo's like, I'm gonna get a steak and potato, and y'all can do what you want to do. Mariana was like, look, I'm grown. I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. I don't need your permission to tell me what I can do or what I can't do. And I was annoyed when people were like, I'm gonna need you to come outside just to give us a no, what she gotta come outside for? It's nighttime. Y'all are grown. You don't need her. So Marlo proceeds. As they're exiting, Marlo proceeds to try to hit she slams the door in Maneta's face in an attempt to hit her. Maneta bucks and they get into it. And Maneta's like, I will call Ray Ray and them. So Marlo is on one side with Crystal. Is her name a Crystal? I don't care about this one. And the other side, like I literally have two pages of notes because there's not much happening here. I'm sorry, it's not Crystal, it's Courtney. My bad. And Sheree and Manetta on the other side, and Sonia is Switzerland. And Kenya's like, look, my real core friends is Candy and Sheree. Sheree, not your friend, but we'll go with it. And I only want Manietta and Sheree to be here. The rest of these people can go. So Sonia comes over and she's just like, well, I'm gonna leave and I'll come back tomorrow. And Kenya's like, nah, don't bother. Just go. And she's like, say less and bounces. She comes back down and she's like, well, she told me not to come back. My feelings are hurt. She wanted a moment. I didn't care about this moment. So your feelings are hurt. Boo hoo. Come to find out, Kenya ends up going to the hospital anyway. Rue's coming back from the hospital. She stays in the hospital. This is like what episode are we on? 5? She's been at the hospital twice. And Candy, no, no. So Marlo the next day was talking to her life coach, and she was saying that how Kenya triggered her, and she's her trigger. She admires her, but she's her trigger. And that she can't believe that she let Kenya make her do this. No selfish, no, not taking responsibility for it. It's just, ugh. Anywho, um, Sheree's on FaceTime with Kenya. She's in the hospital. Manietta has this breakdown because her mother just died not too long ago, and that was the last time she saw her mom, so she's been triggered. Okay. Marlo wants to make amends with Manietta. Manietta's like, yeah, we ain't there. And then eventually they kind of make somewhat of an amends, but she's not feeling Marlo. She's weary of Marlo, which she should be because it's not genuine. Marlo does this whole prayer, which I don't think is genuine. And they're all about to leave, go downstairs. They asked Manietta to do the dance that Kenya was going to do. She does it. Marlo gives her a compliment like, let me tell you, I can't take away from Manietta. She knows how to dance. Sheree denies Drew's comments about this whole taking back the products from them, and so she's going to address it. Fine, I don't care. Sheree goes and visits Kenya with a care package. Kenya was kind of like, I had the flu. She already had just gotten over COVID. See, look, y'all need to be masked up around these people. I'm sure. Where's my mask? Because everybody on that bus was coughing and hacking. Um, Sheree talking about how she has fibroid and she doesn't want fibroid surgery, so she's looking for more holistic ways to make it shrink. I would agree. Andy actually has a meeting with Todd. They talking about he does this mock-up of past the movie, which I feel like we've seen this movie before. Maybe it wasn't with no. This looks like an all-black cast, but I think it was with a predominantly all-white cast. Oh, I can't remember, but I do remember the premise. And she becomes pretty busy. She's on her phone, so he gets annoyed that she's on her phone. She's about to leave town, talking about her schedule and stuff. And then she does talk about Joyce, her mother, and that she plans on fixing it. Seems like she's more annoyed with her mom now. So she does talk to her mom about what she said about Todd, and she's just trying to get her mom to understand where she's coming from. Her mom is going through this whole, you don't even teach your 6-year-old how to take out the trash. See, a 6-year-old is the responsibility of a 6-year-old would be put your plate back, pick up your toys, taking out the trash. Okay. you just trying to find reasons not to like Todd. Todd is a pretty cool dude. Nobody really complains about him. He seems super supportive. They do things together. He's a very present father. Both of them work a lot. She works more than he does. When I say work more, I mean she travels more for work. That's the better phrase. So he's much more present. Um, and they both have really tight schedules. So you're going to have a son, you're going to have kids that are going to be more dependent on maids and cooks. So, whatever. Knowing how to take out the trash is not a life skill. That is a necessity for you not to like the husband. But I will say that people have been talking about on Twitter and social media about how she should have nipped this in the bud a long time ago. I understand people's frustration on this, but I will say this. If she would have, she would have blamed her mother would have blamed Todd. And you don't want that. So I appreciate, I don't know if it should have gone on this long, but I do appreciate the fact that by this time now, she should know that it's not no longer Todd. This is coming from Candy, even though it was always coming from Candy. But this is now the moment where she can really firmly know that this is coming from Candy and not Todd. And therefore, and I didn't like that fact that she said how humble he was when she first met him, and now he's George Jefferson. I like George Jefferson. What's the point? He was loyal to his family. He worked hard, had a great son. Did I miss the problem with George Jefferson? I don't get it. So she wants to go to counseling about their relationship. And I think it's going to be good because what you're going to learn from counseling is that, mom, you're going to have boundaries. You violate those boundaries, there are consequences. You know what those consequences are? Financial assistance being limited, lack of access to your grandkids, those kind of consequences until you act right. Now, a bit, Kenya invites Sheree and Drew, my bad, to Veto Flow to get an IV drip because they always getting sick. Sheree takes this moment to confront Drew about what she said about taking all the Sheree back at the reunion. Drew's like, I didn't say all of it. Bravo's like, roll the tape. She said all of it. And she's like, well, I wanted that bag. And Sheree's like, but that was my bag and it wasn't for sale. It's not a part of the collection. And she's like, well, okay, well, I thought this is squash, but Marlo really took everything and it left me with no She by Sheree. So then they lead into Drew's version of events of what Marlo was saying about their interaction, negative interaction with each other, right? Drew's story was accurate. Marlo's story was a lie because we rolled the tape. And Kenya was like, that's not Candy's fault that Marlo's nephew was killed. And Sheree begins to explain Marlo's perspective. And again, it's not Kenya's fault. It's not It's not Candy's fault. So what's the problem? They're supposed to have put a truce to not be mean to each other and to be cool with each other and to be nice to each other. Well, that truce is going to break in 3 days. So that's kind of like the preview of all of these truths of being good people, especially Marlo, is going to go out the window in 3 days. So the next episode, I'm going to let you know right now, this show is not, is very lackluster. So I'm also really tired. So sorry for my lack of energy, but, and I'm going to go to sleep for like 5 hours because I got to get back up again. But, yeah, it's not a bad watch. It's just not much going on. So I will see you all. Um, when will I see you? I don't know. Today is Tuesday. There's nothing on Wednesday. I'm on Thursday. Hmm. Maybe Friday. No, I don't do anything on Friday. So, oh yeah, I do. I do bail collector. Yeah, I do bail collector. So I'll see you on Friday. Bye.